Hello there. Now, before you on this board are 3 steps on how to create multiple streams of income. Say you have one stream of income right now. Perhaps maybe let's say you're employed or you're running a business. And you know very well they always say that if you do have one streams of income, that's quite risky. Now, how do you go ahead and creating multiple streams of income so that at least you can expand the basket of income? All right, that's exactly what I'm going to share with you on this video. All what you need to do for you to understand and get all the information is stick around, watch this video to the end, and don't forget, I always post a video each and every day. So if you out there and you wouldn't love to miss any of my future good videos, and what do I talk about? Talk about investment, making money, be it either online or in a conventional way. All right. So do this. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free of charge. Down below there on your right, there is a button written subscribe. It is in black. Hit that magical button, turn that notification bell, and like this video. By only doing that, a whole YouTube will notify you whenever I upload a new good video. So let's get into today's business. Now, the very point number one is that you have to understand your time, your capital, your interest, and as well your location. So these are the factors that you have to put in place. Now, let's take a typical example. Let's say you're employed. You know very well from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. you're occupied. You're under someone's authority. But are you out there, you're still interested in creating another source of income? Then you have to consider yourself. You have to consider factors about time. So therefore, you starting a business that you know very well requires your attention and time. That would be good because you obviously occupied somewhere. Unless maybe let's say above 5 p.m. going forward. Now, therefore, when you consider time, then you kind of, keep on canceling and taking down notes and knowing, hey, this one I can't do, this one I can do, or this one I can't do, right? Now, under that time of you considering time, you also consider the capital. Obviously, when I say capital, it means that you have to know very well, okay, fine, I want to start myself, let's say, a boutique business as the sideline of my job. Therefore, I have 20,000. Would it be enough and would be enough? Now, what dictates the capital that is required? It is the location and as well the size of the business that you would like to start, if after all you are in place of starting a business. All right, so capital is quite an interesting thing to consider as well. The interest. Do you want to start a side hustle that is based on what you understand, what you have an experience on, what you studied, or your passion, or the interest, or what is actually moving at that place where you are? So you have to consider all those things in under the umbrella of the interest. Some people would like to start a business or an investment or another stream of income based on what they are passionate about. Let's say perhaps where you are right now, say you are an HR, you are a secretary, you are an accountant, but that's not really your interest. That's what you studied in university or school. Now you're looking forward into starting, let's say you love plaiting people hair, let's say you love manicures and the beauty thing. Now that is your interest. Now if you go beyond your interest to a point whereby what are the ground dictates? Does it dictate you starting that business actually resonates well with what you're looking forward into? Now, if yes, if the answer is yes, then you can go ahead and execute that specific business. All right. By the way, up to this particular point, what am I saying? You have to consider these factors: time, capital, interest, and as well the location. Let's say you're working from a town. Obviously, there's some things that you cannot be able to start from a town. If you're working from the Ushago or the interior of the up country, definitely location dictates what you can be able to start. Now, if you can be able to escalate this to another level, is whereby now you have to spread your investment. You have to spread it. I always tell people investments, or investing your money or putting your money out there, falls under two categories. There's what we call the businesses, meaning you're working for the money, all right, okay, and they have what we call the high risk. All right. And the other one is called investment. Investment is where the money works for you. For example, if you pick your money and put it on shares, you put it on index fund, you put it on balance fund, bond fund, you do nothing about it. All right. The money makes some cash for you and then gives you back the money in terms of passive income. So, and that one we say they have low risk and they usually have what we call low returns. Now, you have to spread your risk. Obviously, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You put your money in one of the high risk, and you can also put some of the money on the low risk. On the high risk, you can actually think of the conventional businesses that we know. Name them. You can put yourself a carpentry out there. You can put a hardware. You can put a salon, butchery. You can put a barber shop. All those businesses that you know, we consider them high risk, but they have what we call high return. So what dictates or what makes you start this business on the other is the availability of time. For example, let's take an example of you are out there and perhaps you don't have somebody whom you can trust. And by the way, trust is one of the most horrible name or term you can ever use when it comes to business, meaning that you have to have somebody whom can be your eyes whenever you're not available. What exactly does it mean? Obviously, I can't tell you to start a general shop. That one is a bit tricky because you cannot even tell, hey, what was sold and what was never sold. But if you start something that is easier for you to monitor, then that's amazing. You can do farming, all right? Can be plant or animal farming. That will be easier. You know very well, I have 10 cows that produces 10 milk each, then 10 liters rather. Then it means that I'm getting myself 100 liters approximately. So if someone tells you that, hey, we got 60 today, you definitely know something is going wrong somewhere, all right? So you have to understand the business that you're getting yourself into. You can get yourself into other businesses, all right? But you have to consider the type of availability or the time that you have for you to actually be able to dictate this one I'm going to start and not the other. So when it comes to low risky, these are the most of the time people who are employed tend to have what we call this kind of an interest in their investment. Some of them love to invest in insurance, of which I don't think they are investments actually. Treat insurance as insurance, not an investment. The other one is about money market fund. You can put your money into that. You can put your money into stock shares. You can put your money into balance fund, bond fund, index fund. You can put your money into rates, all right? You can put your money into things like treasury bills and bonds and what have you. So those are the areas that you can actually try to do what we call the multiple streams of income. The point here is have one, what you have right now, have another one, you can put it in a business form, and if you have the capability, you can put another one on the low risk investments like of those that I've just actually told you. Now, the point number 2, also you have to prepare an execution plan of the investment. This includes the sourcing, where to invest and how to go about it. Obviously, after conceptualizing an idea, what happens is you having a plan on how to execute that specific idea. Let's take a very typical example. You are out there, you are employed, or maybe let's say you have a business A that you're running right now. Say you would like to start what we call the serious processing process, like the portion bill and what have you. Obviously, you have to sit down and ask yourself, fine, I want to start this business, and of course I'm targeting to meet a quite number of people. So where the location where I'm gonna start this business are like the approximate number of people are located in that area. Do we have that kind of a business in existence in the location that I want to start? How much does it go for the rent in that location? Number 3, you have to consider as well, how is the competition, does it look like? At what frequent do guys consume this product that I'm about to introduce into the market in that specific location? The other one, then if I go ahead and execute this business, how much am I prospecting in terms of profit, and after how long? When am I anticipating to break even, meaning to recoup back my money that I've invested? The other thing is that, hey, do I have the skills? Is this a business that requires somebody with the skills to run it? For example, let's say you do not know how to operate a portion mill and that's what you want to start. Or let's say you do not know how to operate maybe let's say computers and softwares and what have you, but you want to start your business on IT. Do I need to incorporate a personnel that has the skill to do exactly that? Therefore, you have to include and understand, hey, this is the thing that I need in this specific business plan. So you sit down with pen and paper, write yourself a very nice and good business plan for you to understand what is projected or what is prospected of you to be able to go ahead and start or execute this specific business. So and the other thing, if you're starting a business, you have to consider the sourcing. Fine, who are the suppliers, who are the distributors, where are they located, where are they pricing, how are they pricing, do they price the same product? And if they price the same product, then is it of the same quality? You have to consider that as well. Where to invest, meaning like where is the appropriate decision or rather location for this specific business and all those kind of that. So this business plan also needs to sit down, contemplate about it and write it down. And if you're not in a position to write a business plan, therefore this is where the Joseph comes in, okay? I prepare, customized business plans whereby I write everything that includes of what you need out there, and I make it a very good work for you to go ahead and use that business plan. So you can grab my number from the description of this specific video, give me a call or text, we can talk business on that. By the way, I also have like ready business plans ready for any business that you're looking for. For the ready ones is 280. For the customized one is 2,800. right? Number 3 is that adhere to the created procedures, adjust when is appropriate, scale it, and involve what we call the skilled personnel, just like I said, all right, wherever it is applicable. Obviously, if you want to invest into shares in money market fund, you don't need skilled personnel. Therefore, you can just do these things by your own. Say you want to start a business, let's say like a pharmacy. If you want to start a medical related sort of a business, but you do not have the skill, therefore, that's where the skilled personnel comes in, the technicians, that's what we call them. But if you want just to invest on the areas that anybody can be employed, let's say you want to start like a water refill business, therefore you don't really need a complicated skill on that, and you can just pick anybody, teach them 1 or 2 days, and then therefore they pick up and everything is okay. Just dispensing that water or oil or whatever it is, therefore it becomes a little bit. So just understand how skillful or your work or your job needs for you to understand the type of an individual that you need. Obviously, if you are starting like a medical laboratory or a pharmacy, obviously you need quite a skilled personnel. When you're starting this kind of a business, you obviously don't require like a so much skilled individual running that specific business. All right. So anyway, if you consider these 3 steps, number 1, what did I say? If I can just recap exactly what I said. Number 1, I said understand your capital, your time, the interests, and what we call the location. So if you consider them, therefore some of the businesses do not apply for you. You keep on canceling them out so that they don't disturb you. Then you constrict that actually, that pool of businesses that you have to a point whereby you have like 3 or 4 of them. All right. And therefore, if you consider if you want to invest into high risk and low risky, therefore you keep on then canceling each other, and then you remain with either 2 or sometimes 1. And then from there, you create another one. Then you think of another one, you follow the same procedure and do exactly that. And that's how we create multiple streams of income. And what I always say is this: set aside a certain percentage of your money in terms of your income. Proposedly, we say 20% of your income, and that's what you channel towards investment to create another passive income so that you can supplement that what you're getting from the mainstream. And that's how we make money. It's as quite as simple as that, but I didn't promise it's simple. All what it needs is sacrifice, discipline, and consistency. That's how you bring a difference, and that's how you make something great in your life. And guess what? That's the end of my video. And by the way, if it's your first time watching me, I am Joseph, talk about money, investment, and anything related to exactly that. So if you would like to have a conversation with me, I'm open to that. You can grab my number from the description of this video, give me a text or a call, then we can have a conversation and we can move to the next level. For now, it's a goodbye. But don't forget, smash that like button, like this video, and let's follow each other for the next time. Goodbye.